The way someone begins their day tells you more than you might think. For the ultra-wealthy, mornings aren't just about coffee and a quick rush to the office. They reveal mindset, values, and the difference between inherited wealth and self-made fortunes. Today, we're diving into a fascinating comparison: how old money and new money approach their mornings and why those subtle routines matter far more than appearances suggest. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the Luxury Lane. This is where we uncover the hidden codes of the elite, the unspoken rules that define wealth across generations. If you're curious about how the truly wealthy live, learn, and think, this is the place for you. For old money families, mornings are almost ceremonial. The quiet rhythm of tradition shapes the start of each day. There's no rush, no chaos. Instead, there's consistency. Breakfast is taken at the same time, in the same place, often around a family table that has seen generations come and go. Morning rituals are less about productivity hacks and more about maintaining order, discipline, and stability. The very values that allowed their wealth to survive centuries. New money, on the other hand, often thrives on energy, ambition, and speed. Their mornings are fueled by urgency. Picture entrepreneurs waking before dawn, pounding through high-intensity workouts, listening to podcasts at double speed, and checking emails before most people have left their beds. Their morning reflects a hunger to achieve, to maximize every minute, and never to stop moving forward. Wake-up calls, tradition versus hustle. Old money doesn't glorify the alarm clock. Rising at 6:30 or 7 o'clock is common, but rarely earlier. Why? Because wealth across generations isn't built on burning out. It's built on balance. They value sleep as essential to longevity and composure. An old money heir isn't bragging about pulling all-nighters. Instead, they're rising well-rested, ready to face the day with calm authority. New money, however, often prides itself on the 5 a.m. club. Wake up early, get ahead, outwork the competition. The modern mogul is seen running laps around the park before sunrise or meditating with an app, while their phone lights up with notifications. Waking up early is not just a habit, it's a badge of honor, a statement that they're hustling harder than everyone else. The first hour, stillness versus stimulation. In old money homes, the first hour is quiet. There may be classical music playing softly in the background. A butler or house staff prepares tea, coffee, or a light breakfast. Some heirs or matriarchs may begin their day with reading, not emails, not social media, but newspapers, often multiple editions, both domestic and international. Knowledge is a quiet kind of power, and staying informed has always been part of maintaining influence. Contrast this with new money mornings, which often explode with stimulation. Smartphones are unlocked before the sheets are pulled back. Stock tickers, crypto prices, trending news, social feeds, all consumed in seconds. The morning isn't about stillness, but about staying one step ahead. Many new money individuals will go straight into productivity apps, personal branding, or even live streaming their workouts to followers. It's not just about what they do, it's about being seen doing it. Breakfast, an heirloom affair versus a fuel stop. For old money, breakfast is a ritual. Freshly baked bread, fruit from estate gardens, eggs sourced from local farms. Often the family gathers, no matter how busy the day ahead may be. It's less about the food and more about the tradition of breaking bread together. Conversations may be understated, often revolving around cultural events, charitable work, or family updates. Phones are nowhere in sight. For new money, breakfast is utilitarian. A protein shake, an oat milk latte, or perhaps nothing at all. Many are intermittent fasters, skipping the morning meal entirely to sharpen focus for business. If breakfast happens, it's often while commuting, on a Zoom call, or between meetings. Efficiency rules. Food is fuel, not ceremony. Exercise, refinement versus performance. Exercise marks another key difference. Old money often approaches physical health through refinement. Morning tennis on private courts, equestrian training, rowing at the family's boathouse. or yoga led by an instructor in a sunlit conservatory. The aim is not to build the body for show, but to cultivate balance, elegance, and endurance. Health is a responsibility, not a spectacle. New money, meanwhile, thrives on pushing limits. High-intensity interval training, marathon training, CrossFit, personal trainers pushing boundaries. The gym itself may be a temple with every machine glowing in chrome, and often it's recorded or shared online. Muscles, sweat, and determination are not just for health, but for branding. Proof of discipline and superiority. Dressing the part. When it comes time to get dressed, old money is deliberate, not dramatic. Morning attire may include pressed cotton shirts, understated loafers, or even casual tweeds for countryside settings. Brands are rarely shouted from the rooftops. Heritage over hype. Clothes serve to blend in with their environment, to project ease and timelessness. New money mornings, however, are a stage. Outfits may be curated for the day's meetings, Instagram posts, or events. Bold sneakers, designer logos, tailored suits, and modern cuts. Clothing becomes an extension of their ambition, a way to make an entrance wherever they go. For them, the morning wardrobe isn't about comfort, but impact. Work begins. Legacy versus empire building. For old money, mornings rarely involve sprinting into work. In fact, many heirs or matriarchs don't view work as something that demands their immediate attention at dawn. Wealth managers, trustees, and long-standing advisors handle most day-to-day matters. By late morning, an heir may review estate papers, correspond with family lawyers, or read updates from their private investment office. The tone is measured, calm, and deliberate. Decisions are not made in haste, but with patience. After all, their wealth has been preserved for generations, and a few more hours won't change the outcome. New money, by contrast, sees work as an arena that begins the second they wake up. Their phone often doubles as their office. Emails, texts, Slack notifications, investment dashboards, these are reviewed before their feet hit the floor. By 7 a.m., many are already on calls, finalizing deals, or setting the pace for their teams. For them, time isn't just money, it's everything. Every second counts toward building their empire, scaling faster, and gaining leverage before anyone else. The role of staff, discretion versus display. In old money households, staff blend into the background. A personal assistant may quietly deliver a schedule for the day. A driver waits without honking outside, and housekeepers ensure the environment is pristine without drawing attention. The relationship between old money and their staff is deeply rooted in discretion. Privacy is paramount, and the goal is seamless living, not visible service. New money often has staff too, trainers, chefs, assistants, but the relationship is different. Their presence can be part of the show. Personal trainers push them publicly, chefs prepare performance breakfasts for Instagram, and assistants may even feature in vlogs or social media content. Where old money prefers invisibility, new money sometimes uses staff as an extension of their brand, a visible sign of success. Technology, letters versus notifications. For generations, old money families communicated in ways that felt timeless. A letter delivered in the morning post, a call placed later in the day, or a meeting scheduled weeks in advance. Even today, many heirs and family offices prefer personal communication handled by secretaries or advisors rather than endless text chains. The pace is slower by design. Deliberate communication maintains control. New money mornings are tethered to screens. The glow of smartphones, smartwatches, and laptops defines the daybreak hours. Notifications stream constantly. Twitter updates, crypto alerts, breaking news headlines, and group chats. Technology is not just a tool, but a lifeline. The faster they can respond, the faster they can act, and the faster they can get ahead. Education and self-improvement. Old money mornings often carry an intellectual air. Reading the Financial Times, reviewing literature, or practicing an art, such as piano, painting, or language study, is common. Their mornings balance body, mind, and spirit. The purpose isn't to chase quick wins, but to maintain refinement and broaden cultural horizons. New money often leans towards skill hacking. Audiobooks on personal finance, podcasts about scaling businesses, YouTube videos on market trends, all consumed at double speed. Morning is prime time for mental fuel and efficiency rules. If they can compress a 2-hour book into 30 minutes, they will. It's all about feeding ambition, sharpening tools, and optimizing performance. Children and family time. Here lies another telling difference. In old money households, children's mornings are often structured by routine and tradition. Breakfast together, conversations without phones, perhaps a brief discussion about school, sports, or upcoming family trips. Nannies or tutors may oversee preparation, but parents ensure mornings teach discipline, manners, and presence. New money parents, depending on their schedules, may find mornings less predictable. Some may eat with their children before heading off to packed calendars, but others are absorbed by work and outsource mornings to staff. When they do engage, it may be through bursts of energy, playful moments, pep talks, or quick check-ins between calls. The intention is there, but the execution often bends to business demands. Morning philosophy: preservation versus acceleration. At its core, the morning routines of old and new money reflect their philosophies on wealth itself. Old money doesn't need to accelerate, it needs to preserve. Their mornings are built around calm, control, and continuity. Their focus is not on winning the day, but maintaining the legacy. New money thrives on acceleration. They believe momentum is everything, and mornings set the tone. Productivity, visibility, and ambition define their sunrise hours. Their mornings are not just a beginning, they're a launch pad. Let's illustrate this with a simple picture. The old money heir wakes in a sunlit room overlooking manicured gardens. He rises slowly, perhaps at 7 a.m., greeted by a quiet household. He dresses in understated attire, heads to a family breakfast where conversation is thoughtful but light, and then spends the late morning reviewing estate matters and meeting with advisors. By noon, he has accomplished much, but without rush, without stress, and without seeking an audience. Meanwhile, across the city, a young tech entrepreneur wakes at 5 a.m. to the sound of a vibrating smartwatch. They hit the gym hard, logging their workout stats online. While cooling down, they scan market news, reply to emails, and record a short motivational video for social media. Breakfast is a smoothie downed while answering calls. By 9 a.m., they've already fired off 10 emails, closed a deal, and planned out their next 12 hours. It's a sprint, designed to push the limits. Morning routines are not just about timing or tasks, they are cultural signals. Old money's mornings quietly communicate restraint, dignity, and control. They don't advertise their wealth with flashy routines. Instead, they express it through subtle rituals. Eating from heirloom silver, drinking tea poured into porcelain, passed down for generations, or walking along the same garden paths their grandparents once did. The culture of old money is preservation, and mornings reflect that continuity. New money's mornings, in contrast, send a different message: momentum. From the gear they wear to the gadgets on their bedside tables, everything is a testament to speed and innovation. They want the world to see their mornings because visibility is part of their wealth strategy. Posting a sunrise workout, a motivational quote, or a luxury coffee shot on Instagram isn't vanity, it's branding. Their mornings are not private heirlooms, they're public statements. For old money, time is abundant. Their wealth has already bought them freedom from urgency. They don't need to win every minute. They need to ensure every day reflects balance and grace. Morning hours are savored. Time isn't measured by output but by quality, whether that's the quality of conversation at breakfast, the elegance of their surroundings, or the consistency of tradition. For new money, time is scarce. Every second wasted is an opportunity lost. Mornings are compressed into bursts of productivity designed to gain leverage before competitors even wake. If old money treats mornings as a steady river, new money treats them like a starting gun in a race. The clock isn't ornamental, it's a scoreboard. Mornings also shape how wealth is perceived by others. Old money is rarely seen rushing, sweating, or multitasking. Their mornings project calm authority, which in turn reinforces their social dominance. They don't need to prove they're powerful, you see it in their ease. New money thrives on visible hustle. Their mornings are broadcast, documented, and shared. Their sweat, their grind, their relentless drive all serve as proof of their legitimacy. They may not have generations of wealth behind them, but they use their routines to show the world that they earned their place at the table. One fascinating aspect of old money routines is that they are designed to endure even if fortunes were to fade. Sitting down for family breakfast, reading the paper, walking the grounds, these rituals are inexpensive at their core. They require no flashy displays, no external validation, just discipline and tradition. Even without millions in the bank, the values embedded in these routines could carry on. New money's routines, however, often demand scale, energy, and resources. Personal trainers, luxury gyms, imported supplements, performance vehicles, these are sustainable only with wealth. If fortunes were to change, the routines themselves would have to change as well. They are built for acceleration, not longevity. Why should we care about how old and new money spend their mornings? Because mornings set the tone for everything else. They're the hidden engine behind decisions, behaviors, and ultimately, legacies. Old money's calm mornings reflect a worldview where stability outlasts ambition. New money's dynamic mornings reflect a worldview where ambition creates stability. Both are powerful, but their outcomes differ. One preserves wealth, the other builds it. And in a world where fortunes are made and lost faster than ever, these subtle routines might be the clearest predictor of which fortunes will endure. So tomorrow morning, think about this. Somewhere in a quiet manner, an heir sits with their family, sipping tea from porcelain older than their country. A new billionaire is sweating through a sunrise workout while streaming motivational advice to thousands of followers. 2 mornings, 2 philosophies, 1 truth. How you start your day says everything about who you are and whether your wealth is meant to last for centuries or just for now. And that's where we'll leave it.